Hi guys, welcome to Vesna TV DIY. For today's video, I'm creating just a quick outdoor Christmas decoration. I know we're really close to Christmas, but I made this a little while ago and I just did not have time to post the video, so I wanted to share this with you if you wanted something quick that you could make for very cheap and brighten up your house for the holiday season. So as I said, it's an easy and inexpensive project. So you're going to need these cooling racks from the Dollar Tree. So for the biggest one, I actually used 4. If you don't want to make 3 of these ones, or if you want to make them all the same size, you can kind of custom make to whatever you want. But I wanted 3 different sizes. So the first one you're going to need 4, and you're going to just attach them using zip ties, which I also got from the Dollar Tree. And just to make a square, it's going to be open, so you're not going to be closing the square off. And like I said, zip ties work best, especially if you're going to be using it outdoors, because sometimes the hot glue with the change in temperatures, it doesn't hold the best. And metal and hot glue aren't the best combinations all the time either. And once you do this, if you want it to be a little bit sturdier for the outside, you might want to put in something in the corners, kind of like I did over here, just to keep it sturdy and make it a little bit heavier. Now, what we did was we used just an old pipe from like a cheap dollar store um, towel hanger, and my husband just bent it just so it would kind of make like an L shape, and he put it in the corners, and then we zip tied it together, and this just kind of helped hold the position. If you don't have these pipes or you can't bend them, I don't know how he bends these things, but he does. Then what you could do is you could use an old hanger, like a metal hanger, and take it apart and then just make an L shape just to kind of hold the shape, or anything really that you can find around the house. This is what we had, so this is what we used. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking some lights. These are actually icicle lights that we didn't wind up using in our decor, and I don't think we will use because some of them aren't working. So I'm just kind of twirling them on the inside using a zip tie to hold them together, and I will have like a clump of them on the inside as well. And this is just to give the illusion that it's a lit up present. If you don't have these or you don't want to use these, you can always use ones maybe with a timer, if you can find outdoor ones that have a timer that are maybe battery operated. If you have a covered porch, the problem with me is my porch is not covered, so I have to make sure that whatever I put outside can withstand the elements. So I'm using these ones, which were normally outside anyway, and I will just have the little electricity just kind of underneath, tucked away. And that's why I'm not closing the top either. It's just so I can have access to them. But you could close the top. You could put the next part that I'm going to show you, could put that over top and have it all closed. I just didn't want it. I wanted it to be open. But if you have a covered porch, you can even use battery operated ones if the temperature can withhold, like if the temperature outside isn't too crazy that the batteries won't work. But any of those things, or even like a USB one if you wanted to, but just make sure whatever you're using is appropriate for the outdoor elements if you're going to get it wet over there or snow or anything like that. So to hide the metal parts, because you don't want, that's not the nicest looking Christmas present, although I'm sure if you painted and put a nice bow it wouldn't look too bad either, but I wanted the lights and everything to be hidden. You're going to need one of these shelf liners from the Dollar Tree, actually 2 packages for the big one, and they come in lots of colors. I chose this white, kind of off-white creamy color, but you can choose whatever you'd like. And this you're going to attach with zip ties, and this is where you'll use just a touch of hot glue, and then you can also put zip ties through just to make sure it holds a little bit better. Now I did wrap it around twice, and it was just enough to cover pretty much the whole thing. I think there was one little part at the back where it didn't do like a double and it was just a single, but that's my back part. So I was okay with that. If you wanted it to completely clutter, you could cut on piece and just cover it, but I was okay with that. And like I said, hot glue and zip ties to combine both so that it holds nice and tight. And that's it for the first one. Then for the second one, you're actually only going to need 2 of these cooling racks because you're going to bend each one of them in the middle to make it kind of like an L shape so that you can make a box. So if you wanted them to be really small and all the same size, you could use this. You could, have them stacked one on top of the other and then connect them that way. So many options. I might go back and take them apart and just connect them that way. But for now, this is how I've done them. But like I said, this is so customizable. I'm glad I saw this and I saw this on a video, but I can't remember if it was a YouTuber or a blog where I saw it. But if you're watching and you did something like this, and I mean, I guess I'll give you credit, whoever it is. I just don't know who I saw it with. They did it a little bit differently. They didn't do the big one like I did. So, I got the idea from it and then I made it my own, as I do with a lot of things. But anyway, then I continued to attach them with the zip ties and make my squares. So once you make your shape and you attach it with your zip ties, you're going to need that roll of shelf liner again. And you're going to double wrap this one as well and attach it with the zip ties. So once you get the shelf liner on that one, then you can go to the next one. And the next one is going to be even smaller, and I'm just going to actually go ahead and use one of the shelf racks, cooling racks. And I'm going to actually just bend it at each of the sections to make a square. This you have to be careful because you can break it if you bend too hard or too fast or too much. So just really gently bend it until you get your shape. So what I did was I did the outside ones first and then I did the middle. Like I said, be careful so you don't break it. And then again, you use your zip ties to hold them and connect them, and then you wrap it around with your shelf liner. So I believe I used 4 shelf liners with a little bit left over. But if you decide to not double wrap it, then you may use even less. And like I said, use a combination of the hot glue and the zip ties to attach the shelf liner as well. You kind of do it on the inside so that way you don't see it from your second layer of shelf liner, and that's all there is to it. Then you just put the lights in and you find a spot where you want the electricity coming out of, and I wound up actually attaching all 3 together with a zip tie at the bottom so that they would be just a little bit heavier in case we had winds. And then I also use these ribbons from the Dollar Tree just to make it look like a present. And with the bow, I'm not going to show you how I did the bow. I told you I'm not good at the tutorials, so I just kind of did a bow my own way. So here they are all lit up inside, and then I'll show you also what they look like outside. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I will be posting a combination mega video next week of all of my 2021 Christmas DIYs, so make sure you check that out. Everyone seems to really enjoy the mega videos, so hopefully you do too. And then in the new year, we will be getting some more new videos. I will be taking a break from creating DIYs until the new year. I have been sick a lot, and maybe it's just a bit too much of all of the stuff that's between work and all the other stuff. So I will be taking a break from creating. I will make another few videos between Christmas and New Year's, and but they'll be mega videos, and I will have a little message for you guys on Christmas Eve. So thank you so much. Hopefully you come back and watch loads. If you are wanting to know when I'm posting these videos, make sure you pop that notification button and it will let you know when I post new videos or things on my community. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Stay safe and Merry Christmas.